So I am in Elizabeth in New Jersey, and I'm with the team of young Ghanaians who have come together for a very good cause. They have a foundation called Arise to Connect Africa, and they've been doing lots of good stuff, especially around education, from what I've been monitoring. So I'll let the board members introduce themselves real quick.
Hi, my name is Ameyaw, and I'm the Vice President of Arise to Connect Africa.
My name is Ivan Siyama, and I am the President of Arise to Connect Africa.
My name is Ameyaw Debrah, and I'm the PR Director of Arise to Connect Africa.
Great. So since you're the PR president, let me start with you. What exactly is Arise to Connect Africa?
Arise to Connect Africa is a nonprofit organization. We've been around for about 4 years now. And basically our mission and vision is to connect all the corners of Africa to help, whether it's education, whether it's health, the well-being of our people back home. And we just want to, basically in the name of the organization, is to arise as one people and unite together as one nation as well.
What has been some of the major issues you've identified?
One of the major issues I can say I have identified, which is going back to Ghana, is just understanding the division when it comes to people who have and people who don't have. There's no middle class I can see in Ghana, so it's more of if you have, you're good. If you don't have, then you're kind of left behind. So having an organization like this, if we can really identify these kind of problems and focusing on the people that don't have, I think we can definitely be an asset to them. So that's the challenges that I've actually seen, that people that do not have are neglected. Yeah.
Great. And you living in the US, how are you able to get to the core of these issues and know that this is something that needs to be solved, and even more, this is the way to go about it?
I wasn't born here. I grew up in Ghana, so I know the challenges because I used to have classmates who did not have. So when I came here and we talked, we were like, why can't we do something to help them? Because we have it. Even $1 is like more in Ghana, so let's just come together and do something for them.
Great. So when you are doing this, getting resources together to pull back and go and support home, how do you go about it? Is it through events? How do you even get the word out for people to support what it is you're doing?
In the beginning, I can say we started off using our own funds. And we understood that in order for us to actually have people given to us, they need to believe in us. So in the beginning, we started by actually getting money from our own pockets, starting everything from scratch. So it got to a point where I was showing videos of what we were doing, people seeing the evidence on the stuff that we were taking back home. We decided to have annual events. And through that, people decided to actually see what we've done in the past and decided to contribute to what we wanted to do.
So you were doing this when you were studying, you were students?
Yes. Yes.
Are you still in school?
I think I finished school back in 2015.
Cool.
Yes.
Great. And so from when you started to now, what has changed, or what is changing?
I think we're definitely growing. We started the organization, I think maybe about 5 of us, and we started in New Jersey. We now have 3 other chapters in Ohio, Accra, and Kumasi. So we're growing exponentially. So with that, we're getting more ideas, what different areas we can hit. Of course, a lot of us, we were born here or we haven't been to Ghana in a while. So connecting with other people in Ghana, allowing us to see what other areas we can target. Things that we probably wouldn't have thought of ourselves. We're now connecting with people to see, you should go here, you should go here, you should do this, and just explaining different ways how we can really help our homeland.
Great. So let's talk about the projects. Some of the projects you've been working on since you started.
We've been to Abrade in the Ashanti region. We've been to German Pinson High School, and we've also been to the School of the Blind in Okopo, which we did 2 years in a row. And this year we're doing the Bakwa Infirmary Clinic.
So in these various schools, what exactly are you giving to them?
In these various schools, we gave in school materials. So we gave out school clothes, we gave out slippers, we gave out books, we even gave out computers to certain schools. So we definitely focusing on more of the education and giving them supplies they might need to further their education.
It's interesting you're saying they might need, because my next question was, do you ask them what their needs are before providing to them?
Definitely. I think it's necessary to say, what do you need? Because we can easily give what we think is necessary, but it's sometimes even a pencil. That's what they might need instead of us sending something else. So we definitely kind of do our background check and say, what do you really need? What do the students need, especially before we invest any type of money or any resources?
And with this charity business that you're doing, most of the time people, one of the challenges they face is after raising the funds, how to disperse these funds and also make sure that what the funds are being set out to do is actually what they're being used for. How challenging is that? How are you able to monitor, to control all of that?
Right, and I think we'll all agree that that was probably one of the biggest challenges, and that's what caused us to, we need people in Ghana to literally be physically there to say, hey, go look at this. Go look at this. So at first, it was challenging, and we can honestly say we've kind of been bamboozled sometimes, but it's part of the learning process. So having people actually in Ghana going to check on them, being on top of them, has been a huge help for us because we're here in the U.S. And some people think because we're Americans, they can tell us any prices. But now we have people like, hey, you're giving us a quote, we're also going to have our own quote. So we're doing things just like that so that we know we're not getting ripped off or anything like that.
Great. So with the years that you've been working, if I should push you to the wall and say, mention 3 of the things you're most proud about at the moment, what would they be?
One of the biggest things that we are definitely proud about is finishing what we started in the beginning of the organization, which is finishing the library for a crippled school of the blind, which is being opened on November 7th, 2019. Yes.
Great. What other projects are you looking forward to do?
We're looking forward to help as many people as we can. Also move to other countries because it's a Rise to Connect Africa.
You killed my next question.
Yes. So our long-term goal is we want to help any country that we can. We want to do our best to help them. We can stay in a country for 5 years and move on. Every 5 years we can move on to another country, and that will help us connect as one people and also help our brothers and sisters.
Great. So if somebody wants to help, how can they reach out to the chapter in New Jersey or to the ones in the various cities? How can people
Right, so
support?
definitely social media is probably your number one, I would say. Check out our Instagram, our Facebook page, our website, www.risetoconnectafrica.com. Send us a DM, an email. We're very quick with our responses, so definitely if you feel like you want to volunteer, we're always looking for helping hands. Whether it's New Jersey, Ohio, Kumasi, Accra, we're definitely looking for more people, so just give us a shout out on any of our social media platforms.
Our event is coming up,
Yes.
our gala,
Okay.
which is November 30th at Orange, New Jersey. So if you're around the area, you can stop by, help us raise funds, and help people out. And this year, our focus is on mental health. So let's come learn and also have fun. So.